Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram, Ram,
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram, Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram, Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Ram, Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Ram, Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, 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 Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Rama,
Hare,
Ram Hare Rama
Krishna Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare Hare, Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Rama,
Hare Ram, Ram, Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
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 Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare Ram, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Ram, Ram,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Ram Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Ram Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare,
Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Hare Ram, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna Hare Ram,
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Ram,
Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
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 Ram,
Rama
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama
Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama
Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Hare Ram, Hare
Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
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 Hare,
Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Rama,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna Krishna Krishna,
Ram 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 Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Ram Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
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 Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram Ram,
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Ram Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram,
Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Rama
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Krishna
Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Rama Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna, Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Rama,
Hare Ram,
Rama Rama, Rama Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Hare,
Krishna Hare Hare
Rama Rama,
Ram
Rama
Ram
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama
Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Ram,
Rama, Hare Hare, Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu
Jai Shri
Nityananda,
Krishna
Shri
Chaitanya
Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi
Shri
Gaura
Advaita
Krishna
Gadadhara
Krishna
Bhakta
Hare
Sivasadi
Hare Hare
Gaura
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare,
Ram Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Namaste,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Namaste,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Namaste,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare Namaste,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Rama,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare Ram 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 Hare
Rama,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Ram 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 Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Ram
Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare Hare
Rama,
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare Hare,
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare Ram 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 Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare Ram 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 Hare
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 Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna, Krishna
Ram
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Ram,
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram Hare
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 Rama,
Ram Krishna Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Hare,
Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare Rama,
Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Namaste,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Krishna
Rama
Hare Hare,
Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Rama,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Rama,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Krishna Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Krishna Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Rama, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram Ram
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram
Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare
Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram
Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare
Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Hare Ram
Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram Ram, Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Ram
Krishna Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram 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 Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare
Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram 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 Ram, Hare Hare Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram Hare Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram 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 Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Ram 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 Ram, Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare
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 Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Ram
Hare Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram,
Ram Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Ram 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Ram
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 Ram,
Ram Ram
Hare
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 Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Ram
Ram Ram
Ram,
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram Ram,
Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare
Ram
Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare
Ram
Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Ram Ram Ram,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna 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 Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare Ram, Ram,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare
Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Ram
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Ram
Ram Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Ram Ram, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Ram Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Ram Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Ram Ram Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram 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 Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Prabhu
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Nityananda Shvaita Gadadhar
Ram
Shri
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Gaura
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram Ram Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Ram 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 Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Krishna
Ram
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 Ram,
Ram Ram Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Jai Shri Krishna Jai Ram Krishna Jai Vaika Dar Shastri Gaur Bhakta Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Yachi Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivadri Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare
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 Krishna, Hare
Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Ram 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 Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram,
Hare
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 Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
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 Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram Ram Ram
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Ram Ram Ram
Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Ram
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Jai
Hare
Shri
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya
Ram,
Prabhu
Ram Ram,
Nityananda
Hare
Shri
Krishna,
Advaita
Hare
Gadadhar
Krishna,
Shivasadi
Krishna
Gaur
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare Ram, Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram 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 Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram
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 Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram
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 Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Ram Ram,
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Ram Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Ram Ram
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare Krishna
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram 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 Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare 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 Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna, Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram 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 Hare Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare
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 Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
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 Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram 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 Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram 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 Jai Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya
Krishna,
Prabhu
Hare
Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Shri Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Ram
Hare Krishna,
Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Advaita Gadadhar
Hare
Srivastava
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Hare Ram Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna, Krishna,
Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Nam Nam Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Ram
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram 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 Hare Hare
Ram 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 Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram
Hare Krishna,
Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Ram 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 Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Nam Nam Hare 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 Krishna Hare Ram Ram Nam Nam Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram
Hare
Nam
Krishna,
Nam Hare
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 Krishna,
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda
Hare Krishna,
Jai Gadadhar Shri
Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, 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 Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Krishna 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Hare
Rama Hare
Krishna,
Rama Hare Rama
Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Ram, Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Hare,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Hare Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Ram,
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram, Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Hare,
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram, Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Hare,
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram,
Krishna Ram Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Hare Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Hare,
Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare Ram,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare,
Ram Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Bhakta
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna,
Ram Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Chaitanya
Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
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 Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
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 Ram
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Ram
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
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 Ram Ram Ram Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Ram
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram Ram Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Ram 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 Ram
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram Hare Hare Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram 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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare
Ram 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 Ram
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna 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 Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare Krishna Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Ram Ram
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram Ram Ram
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Ram
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare
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 Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Ram Ram Hare
Hare Krishna,
Ram
Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram
Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
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 Krishna Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
जय
Krishna
श्री
Hare
कृष्ण
Ram
चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद
Hare
जय
Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Hare Rama
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna
Ram
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare 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 Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare Krishna
Ram 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 Hare
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 Krishna
Hare Ram Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Ram Hare Hare
Krishna
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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram
Hare Ram
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita
Krishna
Gadadhara
Krishna
Shri Vasudeva Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Ram Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare
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 Hare Krishna 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 Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 कृष्ण,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
हरे कृष्ण
Krishna 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 Hare
हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण कृष्ण,
Hare Krishna Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
हरे कृष्ण
Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Krishna
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna,
कृष्ण,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna 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 Krishna
हरे
Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna Krishna Krishna
कृष्ण,
Hare Ram Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna,
Krishna 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 Krishna
हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna,
हरे
Krishna
कृष्ण
Krishna, Hare Hare,
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण,
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण कृष्ण कृष्ण,
Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण कृष्ण, Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna
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 Hare Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare 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 Ram Ram Ram
Ram
Ram Hare
Ram
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna.
Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Ram Ram Ram
Hare Ram, Ram Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Ram
Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Ram
Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Hare. Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Ram,
Krishna Hare Krishna
Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
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 Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
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 Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Shri
Hare
Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Prabhuji.
Hare Rama Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare 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 Rama 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama
Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, everyone.
Hare Krishna
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna.
Hare Krishna Krishna
Can everybody hear me?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Okay, so let's see what Prahlad has to share with us today. So in the previous verse, Prahlad said of all the processes of devotional service, or of all the processes, the one that brings us, the one that is recommended by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, that process is perfect. And by that process, following that process, then love for God develops. Okay, next verse. Guru Sushrushaya Bhaktya Sarvalabdharpananena cha Sangena Sadhu Bhaktanam Ishvara Aradhanena cha Shraddhaya Tatkatayam cha Kirtaner Gunakarmanam Tatpadam Guruhu Dhyanat Tallingekshar Aranadibhi. One must accept the bona fide spiritual master and render service unto him with great devotion and faith. So Prahlad is the spiritual master here for all the students there. So he's saying one must accept, just like Prahlad also heard from Narad Muni. One must accept the bona fide spiritual master and render service unto him with great devotion and faith. So serving the devotees of the Lord is very pleasing to Krishna. So we cannot approach Krishna directly. We have to go through his devotees. So Krishna says in Adi Puran, one who is my devotee is not my devotee. One who is devotee of my devotee is my devotee. So Vaishnava Seva is very potent in purifying the heart and receiving the mercy of the great souls and pleasing Krishna. It's a shortcut to please Krishna is to do Vaishnava Seva, because the Vaishnavas are very dear to Krishna, and if you serve those who are dear to Krishna, then you automatically become dear to Krishna. And then we say services of two types, Vapu and Vani. So Vapu means following the instructions and serving the physical body or the physical needs of the spiritual master. So Vapu is not there always, but Vani is always there. So Vani, Srila Prabhupada met his spiritual master only few times in his life, but he accepted the instruction of his spiritual master very seriously. And in this way, he rendered service to him. Okay. Whatever one has in one's possession should be offered to the spiritual master. So one should sacrifice everything for the service of the spiritual master. One's wealth, one's life, as Prabhupada did. And in the association of saintly persons and devotees, one should worship the Lord. So that association of saintly persons. So we say Guru, Sadhu. So Guru is there, then Sadhu, other saintly persons. And devotees, one should worship the Lord, hear the glories of the Lord with faith, glorify the transcendent qualities and activities of the Lord, always meditate on the Lord's lotus feet, and worship the deity of the Lord strictly according to the injunctions of the Shastra and Guru. So these are the things in the association of devotees one should hear. Satam prasangan mama virya samvido bhavanti ritkarna rasayana katha tajoshanadashva vargamata.
Shraddha Bhakti
Shraddha Ratir Bhakti.
Rati Bhaktir Anukramishyati.
Lord Kapila, this famous verse, 3rd canto, 25th chapter, 25th verse. Lord Kapila Dev is saying, Sadhu Sangashtakam, that one should associate with the devotees and hear about Krishna, discuss. Satam prasangan mama virya samvido. Samvad. Samvad means discussion. Bhavanti ritkarna rasayana katha. And in the association of devotees, this, when discussion of Krishna and his message, his pastimes, his glories, his qualities is done, then it is very pleasing. Bhavanti ritkarna. Rit means heart and karna means ear. Rasayana katha. Rasayana means it's nectarian. This. And by this, by doing this, Tad Joshanad. Joshanad means cultivation of hearing and chanting in the association of devotees. Then one is quickly set on the path of liberation. Tad Joshanad Ashu. Ashu means quickly. Ashu. Apavarga Vartmani. Apavarga. Pafabhavama, right? Apavarga is opposite. Material life is characterized by Pafabhavama, Parishram, Fena, Bandhan or Vyarthata, then Bhaya, and then Mrityu. This is characteristic of material life. So one is set on the path of liberation, and one's faith, one's attraction and devotion develops step by step. Shraddha Ratir Bhaktir Anukramishyati. As one associates with devotees and hears and discusses about Krishna. And what is that other verse? Nivrittir Mithvatmana.
Parasparanukathanam
Pavanam.
Pavanam Bhagavad Yasha. Mitho Ratir Mitho Tushte Nivrittir Mithra.
Yes. Parasparanukathanam, Pavanam Bhagavadyashaha. So that's how devotees should gather together and discuss about Hari Katha and how to become purified, how to become inspired, how to overcome the obstacles on the path of bhakti. That is what, when devotees come, they should discuss about this. How to progress in spiritual life. What is your realization about Krishna consciousness? Please share, what did you read today? And then you tell something. So in this way, that is how we should discuss and how we can go back home, back to Godhead. What are the problems with this material life? And how can I overcome my anarthas? All these things. So one should discuss what Bhagavatam says. So to discuss, we have to hear first. We have to hear, we have to read first, and then when we know what we have read and what we have heard, we can discuss. Like in conferences, right, they discuss some subject matter. Right? American Psychiatric Association, APA. So there they go and they discuss about psychiatry. Similarly, there is cancer, or maybe some other society for cancer. They discuss about cancer, what are the latest developments and all these things. So devotees have also formed a society where they discuss about Krishna. So that is the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. And Krishna says this is the business of the devotees. Machchita madgata prana bodhayanta parasparam kathayantascha mam nityam tushyanti charamanti cha. He says this is the lives of my devotees are dedicated to me. They are discussing about me like that, enlightening one another. Yeah. As Prabhupada says, you can read the same thing and you can, from different angles of vision, you can realize the same subject matter. You can get newer and newer realization. Like we hear the same subject matter from different devotees, and they put in their realization and they give us different ways to understand it, different analogies, and so. So in this way, it enhances our understanding of Krishna consciousness, and our inspiration to Krishna consciousness becomes stronger to practice Krishna consciousness. And our desire to go back to Godhead also becomes more intense. So this is all the result of association with devotees. Okay. So one should do all these things in the association. In the previous verse, it has been said that the process which immediately increases one's love and affection for the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the best of the many thousands of ways to become free from the entanglement of material existence. So other ways you can become temporarily, like impersonalists, without bhakti. Temporarily they may go to Brahma Jyoti, but it is not foolproof in the sense that after some time it may not work. So the best process is that which, because we are here, why we are in the cycle of birth and death? Because we have turned away from Krishna. So address the root cause, right? Just go to the root cause and say, okay, I've turned away from Krishna, that's why I'm in the cycle of birth and death. So turn back to Krishna. That's what again become. It is also said, Dharmasya tattvam nihitam guhayam. Actually, the truth of religious principles is extremely confidential. Nonetheless, it can be understood very easily if one actually adopts the principles of religion. What is the verse? Tarko pratishta shutoyor vipin.
नासवरशीयस्य मतं
Matam
न
na
भिन्नं
bhinnam.
धर्मस्य तत्त्वं निहितं गुहायम महाजनोयन गथास्ति.
Yes. So the heart, in the heart of the Guhaya means very secret. Guya. So this is hidden in the heart of the self-realized people. Those who are pure devotees. In their heart, the truth is hidden. So one should follow the path that they advocate, the Mahajan, because they know how to cross the ocean. When they cross the ocean, they leave the boat behind. They say like that. So one can use this. That means they leave their instructions and their path, their Vani. Prabhupada says, I will always live in my books. Although Prabhupada departed, but he's left his books behind. And this will be the guiding light. So nonetheless, it can be understood very easily if one actually adopts the principles of religion. Or, you meet some devotee and then that devotee already has assimilated all the instructions of the Bhagavatam and is leading his life in that way. Then you approach him, then you also get what is in the Bhagavatam because he has already read it. Like sometimes in our office, right, we have a problem. Then we call some consultant from outside to solve the issue. So instead of you reading all the books and everything and trying to figure out, you approach the consultant, the expert, who already has read all the books and he knows, he has been trained, already he knows. So from him, you can immediately get the solution to your problem because that is why they are paid very highly because they are subject matter experts. So the pure devotees of the Lord, they are subject matter experts. They know exactly for every problem what is the solution. Of course, there is only one solution for everything, is that we have to surrender to Krishna. But immediately to come to that point of surrendering to Krishna may not be possible immediately. So they may give some ways and how you can actually overcome the obstacles and how you can come to the point of surrendering to Krishna. So, and how to surrender to Krishna, like that, all this we learn. As it is said, Dharmantu Sakshat Bhagavat Pranitam. The process of religion is enunciated by the Supreme Lord because he is the supreme authority. This is also indicated in the previous words by the word Bhagavato Ditaha. The injunctions or directions of the Lord are infallible and their benefits are fully assured. So the Lord's instructions are always good and they are infallible, means it's not like they are wrong. Like many times some people say something, but then they are proved wrong later on, right? In science, they say atom cannot be divided, right? Then they are proved wrong after some time. So it is not like that. Whatever Krishna says is all true forever. It doesn't change, infallible. And their benefits are fully assured. According to his directions, which are explained in this verse, the perfect form of religion is Bhakti Yoga. To practice Bhakti Yoga, one must first accept a bona fide spiritual master. Yeah, you need a teacher to understand this science. The books are there, but then you need somebody to explain all these books to you. Srila Rupa Goswami in his Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu advises how to practically apply all this. Guru Padashrayas Tasmad. Guru Padashrayas Tasmad. Krishna Dikshadi Shikshanam. Vishrambena Guru Seva. Sadhu Vartamanu Vartan. Sadhu Vartmanu Vartanam. Sadharma Pricha Bhogadi Tyagaha Krishnasya Hetave. One's first duty is to accept a bona fide spiritual master. Means first you have to learn, right? I mean, how will you learn if there is nobody to teach you? Then how will you learn? So you have to find a teacher. Like I want to learn what? First you go to some training, right? Go and learn from somebody who knows. You can learn, like some people say, no, I can learn on my own. I want to learn some, let's say, project management, right? So then I can go to YouTube, but there also some people are speaking, right? And you're learning. You can learn on your own like that, but you also go to some training course where you have people who are actually teaching in the classroom, and then you learn. So the student or disciple should be very inquisitive. So student should also be very eager to learn. He should be eager to know the complete truth about eternal religion. I want to know what is the truth. Sanatan Dharma. The words guru and teacher should be also qualified and eager to impart knowledge, and the student should also be very qualified and inquisitive, eager to learn. Both have to be there. Otherwise, it doesn't work. If one of them is not. So the words guru sushrushaya mean that one should personally serve the spiritual master by giving him bodily comforts, helping him in bathing, dressing, sleeping, eating, and so on. Like we were seeing yesterday, the final lesson, how the disciples of Prabhupada, they were taking care of his needs, like they're giving him charnamrit and massaging him to comfort him like that. This is called Guru Sushushanam. A disciple should serve the spiritual master as a menial servant, and whatever he has in his possession should be dedicated to the spiritual master. And then what the spiritual master will do, he will use it in Krishna's service, mainly to propagate Krishna consciousness, like that. Not to live a life of luxury himself, collect donations and live a life of luxury, but to use it in Krishna's service and for the welfare of all the people. Praner Arthadhya Vacha. Everyone has his life, his wealth, his intelligence, and his words, and all of them should be offered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead through the via medium of the spiritual master. Everything should be offered to the spiritual master as a matter of duty. But the offering should be made to the spiritual master with heart and soul, not artificially to gain material prestige. It should be offered with heart and soul, means with love. When Prabhupada was present, right, automatically people wanted to surrender to him. It inspired in their heart the surrender to. They just loved him. Like we see how disciples of Prabhupada, they loved Srila Prabhupada very much. So automatically, it was not like forced or anything like that. They were not getting paid. Yesterday, we were talking about how they were not getting paid to distribute books, somebody was observing, these people are distributing books. They're such good marketing people. Wish I could hire them for my company. And they're not even getting paid. I mean, where would you get such people who are not getting paid and they are like doing service because it is out of love? This offering is called Arpan. Like they say, they wanted to see a smile on Prabhupada's face by doing something for Krishna. Like they would publish a book, and when Prabhupada would get the book, he would feel so happy, and that would be their satisfaction. Or the bookstores, Prabhupada in his last days also was hearing how his books were being distributed, and that would make him very energetic. So, so this offering is called Arpan. And what are the books telling us? Books are telling us that we should take up Krishna consciousness, right? We should surrender to Krishna. So this is all glories of Krishna, the Bhagavatam, all the pastimes of Krishna and all. Moreover, one should live among devotees, saintly persons. Tandera charana sevi bhakta sanevas janame janame hoy ehi abhilash. Narottam Das Thakur is saying. So we should live among devotees means we should regularly meet, even if we are living outside. We should regularly meet. One of the 7 purposes of ISKCON is to erect places of worship where members can regularly congregate to discuss about Hari Katha, to discuss Hari Katha and chant and hear. So that is what one of the purposes of ISKCON Prabhupada had established. So, and if you live among devotees, like in the ashram or something, then and if in the ashram you have all very serious devotees, then you also become very serious about it, right? It's contagious, right? I mean, everybody you see around is very serious about their spiritual life. You live in such an environment or regularly come in such an environment, then you feel like enthused. Yeah. So association of devotees ultimately will give us enthusiasm, and those who are very genuinely, sincerely wanting to serve Krishna, then if you come in their association, then you feel like, yeah, I should become like them, very sincere. So moreover, one should live among devotees, saintly persons, to learn the etiquette and proper behavior of devotional service. So you get trained also how to talk with others and how to preach, what to say, what not to say, who is who. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur remarks in this connection that whatever is offered to the spiritual master should be offered with love and affection, not for material adoration. Similarly, it is recommended that one should associate with devotees, but there must be some discrimination. Like in Nectar of Instruction, they said one should mentally honor the devotee who is chanting the holy name of the Lord. One should offer obeisances to one who is engaged and committed on the path of devotional service. And one should serve those devotees who are completely free from the propensity to criticize others and free from envy and who have dedicated their full life to Krishna like that. But everybody should be offered respect. Similarly, it is recommended that one associate with devotees, but there must be some discrimination. Actually, a sadhu, a saintly person, must be saintly in his behavior. Sadhava sadacharaha. So one should be very properly behaved, unless otherwise you can reject. If somebody like Bali Maharaj rejected Sukracharya, if they say something else than what Krishna is saying, unless one adheres to the standard behavior, not only say and follow also. Unless one adheres to the standard behavior, one's position as a sadhu, a saintly person, is not complete. So everybody is like, unless you are a pure devotee, you're not completely adhering, right? In the sense we can say like that. So does it mean we'll only associate with pure devotees? No, we should associate those who are also trying to become purified. They are also Therefore, a Vaishnava sadhu must completely adhere to the standard of behavior. When Prabhupada says like that, that means very advanced devotees, pure devotees. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, so what is the behavior of a sadhu? You know, what is the behavior of a sadhu? What are the qualities of a sadhu? They are described. Right?
Titikshava karmika.
Titikshava karunika surida sarvadehina ajata shatra shanta sadhava sadhu bhushana adveshta sarvabhutana metra karuna evacha nirmamo nirahankara samadukha sukakshami. Like that. Santushta satadam yogi yatatma drida nishchaya. Right? Mai arpitam
Manobuddhi.
yomat bhakta same priya. So like that, there are so many different traits of a sadhu. And of course, following the four regulative principles and all this is there also. So a person initiated in the Vaishnava cult should be offered respect befitting a Vaishnava, which means that he should be offered service and prayers. Okay, what does Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that a Vaishnava person initiated in Vaishnava cult should be offered the respect befitting a Vaishnava, which means that he should be offered service and prayers. However, one should not associate with him if he's not a fit person with whom to associate. So we can also keep, like sometimes, yeah, it's like we don't hate the person, but if somebody has some disease, then because we may not be affected by it, that's why we have to keep ourselves away also. But we respect the person. So. Okay, and in due course of time, Krishna says, Shipram bhavati dharmatma shashvat shantim nikachati. If they stick to the process of devotional service, everybody is impure in the beginning, and then if they stay on the path of bhakti and they have desire to become pure-hearted, then they will become pure in due course of time. So very quickly, Krishna says, okay. So this is all about offering everything one has to one's guru. And prana artha dhiya vacha. And the guru, the bona fide guru, will use it in the service of the Lord and in propagation of Krishna consciousness. Like Prabhupada used all the money to build temples and print books. If you ever get money, print books. That's what Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur told Srila Prabhupada. If you ever get money, print books. And then print and then distribute, right? So that's what he engaged his disciples in. So there is a nice lecture by Prabhupada where he says that you all are helping me in fulfilling the order that my Guru Maharaj gave me by helping me publish these books and then distributing these books. So you are all helping me. Prabhupada said like that. Okay. So it is Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's desire that Prabhupada carried out. And he was very impressed with the writing of Srila Prabhupada. That he said, whatever he writes, publish it. Yeah, he is offering, when he made the offering of Yas Puja.
Absolute ascension.
Thou
Thou hast proved
impersonal.
impersonal calamity. Thou hast removed.
Yeah, there's a whole like offering that he made to Bhaktisiddhanta. So he was very happy with, because he understood the mission of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And that is to preach Krishna consciousness, right? Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur did so much endeavor. He used everything. He even used a car, came in a car, everything to spread Krishna consciousness, to save the conditioned souls. He sent his disciples to London right before to propagate. So that was the mood of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And Prabhupada imbibed that mood. So, and all his disciples, he gave that mood. And so it is coming in the parampara like that. Okay, so next verse. So today, I think Preeti is going to speak or not. Is that she's ready or not?
Yes, Prabhu. I'll take.
Okay, so after this, then we'll have whoever wants to speak briefly, and then we'll have a class. Okay. Harihi sarveshu bhuteshu Bhagwan ashta ishvara Bhagwan asta ishvara iti bhutani manasa kames tais sadhu manayet. One should always remember the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his localized representation as the Paramatma, who is situated in the core of every living entity's heart. Okay, so we should always remember Krishna is with me. Thus, one should offer respect to every living entity according to that living entity's position or manifestation. So, Krishna is, when we bow down to everybody, is also we are bowing down to the super soul in the person's heart. Also, we can say like that. And here it says according to the living entity's position or according to the surrender of the living entity, we offer respects in different ways. Everybody should be respected, but there can be levels of respect. Harihi sarveshu bhuteshu. This statement is sometimes misunderstood by unscrupulous persons who wrongly conclude that because Hari, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is situated in every living entity is therefore Hari. Such foolish persons do not distinguish between the Atma and the Paramatma, who is situated in every body. Like there was with Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, there was one person who was traveling with him. What was his name?
I think Ramdas.
Ramdas. Yes, Ramdas Vipra. And he served Raghunath Bhatta Goswami very nicely on his way. So, but Ramdas.
Yeah, and he was an impersonalist at heart.
He was impersonalist at heart. Yeah. So, Lord Chaitanya did not give him very much attention. So,
it's in Madhya Leela 9.178.
That's so. Anyway, so that's So then, so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu knows. So if we have impersonal idea that Atma and Paramatma is one, then it is not appreciated by Lord Chaitanya. You know, Devita Acharya, he was beaten up because he was preaching Mayavad philosophy. He did not like this Mayavad philosophy that Atma and Paramatma, there is no difference. There is no difference in quality because we are part, but we cannot become God. That is the thing. We are not fully. And to also Mukunda, he was not giving his mercy because Mukunda was not very strict in hearing. He would hear from impersonalists and like that. And then, so of course it is a Leela. Mukunda was a great devotee, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not like this. That so those who don't distinguish between Atma and Paramatma, and they think it's all one. It is one because we are one in quality, but different in quantity. So, because if you think you are God, then where is the question of bhakti? You are serving yourself, right? I mean, in one sense. So, bhakti, love means you are there and the Bhagwan is there, Bhakta and Bhagwan. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not like this Mayavad philosophy. And we say in our prayer also to Prabhupada, Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine. I am offering my obeisances to the servant of Saraswati Thakur, Srila Prabhupada, who is preaching Gauravani and delivering the Western world, which is filled with impersonalism and voidism. So that is, so Prabhupada also, impersonal calamity, thou has removed. So such foolish persons do not distinguish between the Atma and Paramatma who are situated in every body. Because we don't like to think that we are inferior to somebody, we are subordinate to something. We want to think we are God. But how can we be God if we are not God? That means God has become lesser. Now he has to realize that he's God. And God is the supreme controller. Are we the supreme controller? How can we be God? Okay, so that is the Atma is the living entity. And we may sometimes think, why Prabhupada is so much saying all this? But our nature is like that. Even though we may say ourselves as devotees, but we are behaving psychologically as if we are the controllers, we are the enjoyers. So indirectly, we may be thinking, I'm God, right? I mean, everybody who has come to the material world has come to with this idea. Why God? I should be in the center. I should act as God. I should be like God. So everybody has that. Even though we may not speak the philosophy, but internally it's like that. So servant, we don't nobody like to think themselves as servant. We like to think ourselves as master. So the Atma is the living entity. The Paramatma is the supreme personality of Godhead. The individual living entity, however, is different from Paramatma, the Supreme Lord. Therefore, Hari, He, Sarveshu Bhuteshu means that Hari is situated as Paramatma, not as Atma. Although Atma is part of Paramatma. So part will have the qualities, but not the quantity wise. So that's the important thing to understand. And part does not merge in the whole. That Krishna has already said that there is always natvevaham jatu nasam natvam nime janadipa. Natvam nime janadipa.
Na cheva na bhavishyama sarve vayam athaparam.
Yes. Offering respect to every living entity means offering respect to the Paramatma situated in every living entity. One should not misunderstand every living entity to be the Paramatma. Sometimes unscrupulous persons designate a living entity as Daridra Narayan, Swami Narayan, the Narayan, this Narayan or that Narayan. One should clearly understand that although Narayan is situated in the core of heart of every living entity, the living entity never becomes Narayan. Sometimes Prabhupada said, why become Narayan? We can become more than Narayan because Narayan will serve the Lord, the pure devotee. And there are um, so many out of love. Right? If the devotee calls the Lord, then the Lord will come. We have Nanda Baba is telling, okay, go and bring my chappal. There is also this pastime of Narsinghananda Brahmachari, right? He was, devotees were upset that Lord Chaitanya did not come. And Narsinghananda Brahmachari said, no, Lord, I will make the Lord come. In 2 days he will come. And so he was meditating on the Lord. And Lord Chaitanya actually came. He had offered to Jagannath, he had offered to three deities, right?
Narsingha Dev.
And Radha Krishna. Was it Radha Krishna, Jagannath?
Yeah.
Baldev, Subhadra, Radha Krishna, and Narsingha Dev. He had offered, and Lord Chaitanya he was meditating on Lord Chaitanya's coming. Lord Chaitanya came, and he had all the offerings of all the deities. And then, so he called, and he came. Right? And he was thinking, Narsinghananda Brahmachari in his rasa was thinking, Arey, why did Lord Chaitanya eat Oh, he can eat Jagannath's offering. Huh? But why did he eat Narsingha Dev's offering? Because Narsingha Dev has to fast. Yet, of course, Lord Chaitanya is the source of all incarnations. But in his rasa like that, he was a Narsinghananda Brahmachari. Maybe he was very attached to Narsingha Dev. So, yeah, but Lord Chaitanya came. So, and then we have that other brahmachari, Shuklambar brahmachari, who is Sudama, right? I think sometimes it is said he's Sudama,
Yeah.
or he's one of the wives of the Yagnik Brahmanas. Gaurvanodesh Dipika says he's the wife of the Yagnik Brahmana. But Lord Chaitanya said, you are like Sudama. right? And he would collect rice. So I think it was during Mahaprakash Leela that Shuklambar Brahmachari, he had his little bag tied around his shoulder where he would go and beg rice from different households. And they would usually give him broken rice. When you want to give something in donation, you give something that is not very good. Generally, that is the mentality, which is not working properly, not good. So he would get all this broken rice and he would collect in his bag, and then at the end of the day, whatever he got, he would cook. It's Shuklambar Brahmachari. So Lord Chaitanya called him and said, and he put his hand in his bag and he started eating that broken, it was not even cooked. He started just like Sudama. He was eating that broken pieces of rice. Shuklambar Brahmachari said, no, 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 you cannot eat this, you cannot eat this, something like that. And all the devotees were in ecstasy. So Shuklambar Brahmachari, yeah, he was always meditating on the Lord. And he would, yeah. I think it was Narsinghananda Brahmachari who was meditating on the Lord. Was it Shuklambar Brahmachari or no, who was meditating on the Lord and saying that Lord is going to Vrindavan? And he's
Narshingananda
Narsinghananda Brahmachari. And he was meditating on the Lord and just thinking how the Lord, Manas Seva he was doing, how the Lord is moving along the path and
He was decorating the road.
decorating the road. There were nice trees lined up. And Lord Chaitanya was going. And at some point, the road stopped in his mind. So he knew upfront that Lord is not going to go to Vrindavan. He stopped at like Ram Keli or something. So, and he would take a detour. All these things was there in his mind. So the Lord exactly followed the path. And then he took a detour to meet Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami, Dabir Khas and Sakar Malik, and then he gave mercy to them. And then he did not go to Vrindavan, Kanai Natashala. And then he didn't go past that. So he came back. So, like, yeah, you can worship the Lord in the mind also. Actually, worshipping the Lord in mind is very good because ultimately the highest instruction is to engage the mind in Krishna. Right? Smartavya satatam Vishnu. Vismartavyo na jatu chit. Of course, when there is possibility, we also worship, but we also have to bring our mind there. We have to bring our mind to Krishna. So that is very important. The chanting or whatever we do, it has to be mindful. Means, yeah, it has to be with our consciousness in it. Because, and when love will develop, then automatically our mind will be attached. Mind will be attached that even if we want to forget, we can't forget. It happens, right? In this world, when two young people are in love, they can't forget. They want to forget, but they can't forget because gopis can't forget Krishna. They want to forget. Uddhav is telling, this is how you should remember Krishna. You should see him. He's the Paramatma in everybody. And gopis are saying, Arey Baba, we want to forget Krishna. You are telling us how to remember Krishna, but we want to forget him, but we can't take him out of our mind. So, so that is the gopis' problem. We have problem to remember Krishna. Right? Sometimes we remember Krishna. You have to make some effort to remember Krishna. But when there is spontaneous love, then you can't forget Krishna. Even if you want to. So spontaneous love is very like then automatically. But to come to the point of spontaneous love, you have to practice Vaidhi sadhana bhakti. And that also we should do it in right way. Then slowly we'll come to the point of spontaneous love. As in the 12th chapter, Arjuna, Krishna says, yeah, how does it start? Mana buddhir mana adatsva
Mana buddhi niveshayan.
nivasyashi mayeva ata
May.
urdhvam na sanshaya. Right? My
No,
buddhi. No.
no, it's not May Avesh Manoyam.
Nityukta upasate. Shraddhaya.
Not
Is that the
that.
verse you're saying?
I'm talking about 12.6 or 12.8, something like that. The first one in the
Maeva manadatsya.
Maya
My
Vamadada
buddhi
My
Sya
buddhi
nivishya.
Sya.
Yeah,
Nivashyasi maeva atau
Atao
nasamshaya.
Yes,
yeah.
that is the verse. So he's saying, yeah, spontaneously remember me. Well, then okay, atha chittam samadhatum na shaknosi mai stiram abhyasa yogena tato mam ichchaptum dhananjaya. Okay, if you can't do this, then okay, just do abhyasa yoga. So that is he's saying, Vedi sadhana bhakti you do, and then you'll come to the point. Okay, so that is how we have to ultimately come to the point of attachment to Krishna. So such foolish persons do not distinguish between Atma. Okay, we read all this. The individual. Okay, therefore Hari Sarveshu Bhuteshu means that Hari is situated as Paramatma, not as Atma. Although Atma is part of Paramatma. Okay, I think we read this. One should clearly understand that although Narayan is situated in the core of heart of everything, the living entity never becomes Narayan. Okay. Okay, one more verse we can read. एवं निर्जिता सद्वर्गे क्रियते भक्तिरीश्वरे वासुदेवे भगवती यया samlabhyate ratihi. By these activities, as mentioned above, one is able to cut down the influence of the enemies, namely lust, anger, greed, illusion, badness, and jealousy. So, by these activities means all this serving the spiritual masters, engaging in devotional service under the guidance of the all these things, one is able to cut down the influence of the enemies. So it is cut down and then finally it is just stopped. It becomes less, and then like a fan rotates for some time, even if it is switched off, but it is slowing down, right? So we can observe in ourselves that how it may not immediately go away, but or it can go away immediately, but it becomes lesser and lesser and lesser and lesser, and then it completely goes away. Namely, as lust, anger, greed, illusion, madness, and jealousy, and when thus situated, one can render service to the Lord. So when we are free from the anarthas, then we can render pure devotional service. Otherwise, also you can render service. Nobody is barred from rendering service. Even if you're lusty, even if you're angry, if you have all these anarthas, you can still render service to the Lord. And we should render akama sarva kama va moksha kama udaradi. In this way, one surely attains the platform of loving service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So there is mixed devotional service and pure devotional service. As mentioned in verses 30 and 31, one's first duty is to approach the spiritual master, the representative of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, to begin rendering service to him. Prahlad Maharaj, and we know from the Guru Ashtakam, Shri Vigrahara Dhana Nityanana Shringaratan Mandir Marjanado Yuktasya Bhaktamsya Niyunjatopi Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam. What is the spiritual master doing? He is engaging all his disciples in Vigraha Aradhana. Vigraha means the deity. So Vigraha Aradhana, worshipping the deity, cleaning the temple, like, and all these other things. And then he feels very satisfied when they do prasad seva. Chaturvidha Shri Bhagavat Prasado Swadana Triptan Hari Bhakta Sanghan Kritvaiva Triptim Bhajata Sadaiva Vande Guru. Kritvaiva means satisfied. They are honoring Krishna Prasad like that. So this is also another thing. That's why Prabhupada was like emphatic that whoever comes to temple should get Krishna Prasad. It may be little bit some dry fruit or something, but they should get Krishna Prasad. Yeah. So Prahlad Maharaj proposed that from the very beginning of life, Kaumara Acharit Pragya. A small child should be trained to serve the spiritual master by living at the Gurukul. Brahmachari Gurukule Vasan Danto Guror Hitam. This is coming later in the 12th chapter. The perfect society for spiritual classes. This phrase is used many times by Prabhupada. Vasan means to reside. Gurukule Vasan Danto Guror Hitam. Living at the Gurukul. Dantaha, continuously practicing control of the senses. And Guror Hitam, working for the Guru. Like Krishna and Sudama, they went into the forest to get firewood, right? So, to help the yagna, whatever they were doing. So, we also say, with firewood in hand, what is that verse? One should approach. Samit Pani Shrotriyam Brahmanishtam. What is that verse? How does it start? Samit Pani Shrotriyam Brahmanishtam. Tasmat Guru Prapadite.
Tasmat Guru Prapadite Jigna. Tasad Tad Vignyatham Sa Gurum Eva Bigachet. Samit Pani Shrutim Brahmanishtam.
Tad Vigyanartham Sa Gurum Eva Bigachet. Samit Pani Shrotriyam Brahmanishtam. So one should approach with fire, which means with a mood of service. Pariprashnena Sevaya. So with a mood of service. So yeah, we say like, so Prabhupada wants Sankirtan Yatna. So Sankirtan, firewood, like Vaisheshika Prabhu says, firewood is, paper is coming from fire, from wood. So we approach with Prabhupada's books in our hand. We want to give the books to others, like that is service to the Guru. We want to give Prabhupada's books to everybody. That is service. Because this paper is transformation of wood. From trees, paper comes. And this paper we are using to give to others. So there is Sankirtan Yagna. Sankirtan Yagna means glorification of the Lord. One is also doing Kirtan, going outside Harinam, like that, and also giving the books which are the glorification of the Lord to everybody. And this is Brihad Mridanga, because it will be, who will get the book, who will read it, it will go so many places. Prabhupada called printing presses Brihad Mridanga. It's a big Mridanga, whose sound can be heard so far. Normally when you do Harinam, Mridanga sound can be heard only for 1 block or 2 blocks, like that, maybe. But this is so, both, of course, Harinam should be there. And this is the beginning of spiritual life. So devotees like Dravida Prabhu, they're saying, we are going out. Today also in New York, they go out like how many, 3-4 hours every day. They are chanting every day. This is the beginning of spiritual life. Guru Padashraya, Sadhu Vartmanu Vartanam, Sadharma Pricha. And in temples like in ISKCON Vrindavan, right? 24-hour Kirtan going on. Mayapur also. In Prabhupada's that Kutia, right? 24-hour Kirtan. So anybody who comes to the temple automatically hears the holy name. And the atmosphere is very vibrant when you have Harinam going on constantly. Like many temples you go, there is nobody, nothing going on. The deities are there, but it's all. But when you have Harinam going on, then it becomes very vibrant. You see so many videos of people just like so becoming so attracted and dancing in the Harinam in ISKCON Vrindavan. So Ayendra Prabhu was instrumental in starting this. So we should have more Harinam. Guru Padashraya, Sadhu Vartmanu Vartanam, Sadharma Pricha. By following the instructions of the Guru and Shastras, the disciple attains the stage of devotional service and becomes unattached to possessions. Whatever he possesses, he offers to spiritual master, the Guru, who engages in Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu. The disciple follows strictly and in this way learns how to control his senses. He learns surrender, humility, Then by his pure intelligence, he gradually becomes a lover of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, as confirmed by Srila Rupa Goswami. Ado Shraddha Tata Sadhu Sangha. In this way, one's life becomes perfect, and his attachment for Krishna becomes positively manifested. In that stage, he is situated in ecstasy, experiencing bhav and anubhav, as explained in the following verse. Okay, so we'll stop here, since we have the class and you all others can say also. Yeah, so before Preeti one gives class, then anybody like to share anything?
I can sing.
Okay,
Yeah, Prabhu, I have one question.
go ahead.
So, Prabhu, not related to what we discussed, but my question is, so Lord Balram serve Krishna in all five rasa or four rasas, like including Madhurya rasa or not Madhurya rasa?
Yeah, somebody can answer this question.
All five rasas, Prabhu. Balram
Okay.
came as Ananga Manjari, is the younger sister of Radharani. So he is also engaged in Madhurya Ras with Krishna.
Okay. Thank you, Mother.
Okay. Please the link. Since we are talking about Guru Padashraya, this song is written by Bhakti Vinod Thakur about Gurudev. गुरुदेव कृपा बिंदु दिया करो ए दासी तृणपेखातिहीना सकल सहने बल दिया करो निज माने स्पृहाहीना सकले समाना करिते शकति देहनाथ जठा जठा तब ते गाइबो हरि नाम सुखे अपराध होबे हठा गुरुदेव कृपा बिंदु दिया करो ए दासी तृणपेखातिहीना कबे हेनो कृपा लभियाई जना कृतार्थ होए बेनाथा शक्ति बुद्धिहीन आमी अति दीन करो मोरे आत्मा साथा गुरुदेव कृपा बिंदु दिया करो ए दासी तृणपेखातिहीना योग्यता विचारे किछु नहीं पाई तोमारा करुणा सारा करुणा न होइले कांडिया कांडिया प्राण ना राखीबो आरा गुरुदेव कृपा बिंदु दिया करो ए दासी तृणपेखातिहीना. Translation.
Nice. Yeah. Okay.
Gurudev, O spiritual master, give to this servant just one drop of mercy. I am lower than the blade of grass. Give me all help, give me strength. Let me be as you are, without desires or aspirations. I offer you all respect, for thus I may have the energy to know you correctly. Then, by chanting the holy name in great ecstasy, all my offenses will cease. When will such a mercy fall to this one who is weak and devoid of intelligence? Allow me to be with you. If you examine me, you will find no qualities. Your mercy is all that I am made of. If you are not merciful unto me, I can only weep, and I will not be able to maintain my life. So this should be the attitude of the disciple. Tad vidhi pranipatena pariprashanena sevaya padikshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshina. He should be very humble, very submissive, and render service to the spiritual master. Then, spiritual master, when he is pleased, he will reveal the knowledge to the disciple. So, we we can beg for mercy. Of course, Prabhupada says, when somebody disciples asked Prabhupada, give me your mercy, and Prabhupada says, you already have my mercy in the form of my instructions. Now you have to follow them. At other time, what did he say? Give me your mercy.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, I've already given you my mercy.
That is one time, but another time he said, okay, if I give you my mercy, then you will become like them.
Oh,
The
that.
sannyasis with the shaven head.
Correct.
So, yeah. And then I am lower than a blade of grass, indicating humility. Give me strength. Spiritual strength comes from Nityananda Prabhu, and his representation is Guru in the material world. So we need spiritual strength to be able to follow the instructions also. So yeah, we can beg for it, and we want to be like our Guru. So Guru is what do we say, Acharya, showing by example. He walks the talk, right? He walks the talk. So I want to be like you. So he sets an example for the disciple, that he is without desires, without aspirations, dedicating all his energy, his body, mind, and words to Krishna's service. He's showing. And yeah, chanting the holy name, right? All my offenses will cease. So the Guru gives he's always chanting the holy name, Kirtanya Sadhari, and he's also his disciple should follow. So I'm very weak and I'm devoid of intelligence. I can fall down very fast, but allow me to be with you. So we need to be in the association of our spiritual master, and the association is by Vani and Vapu. So Vani, always be in touch with the Vani of our Guru, hearing from them always. And of course, if we have them personally present, then we should seek their Vapu association and do service to them physically as well. So, understanding that I have no qualities and I'm working only out of your mercy, that's what we should think. So, do as if everything depends on us and pray as if everything depends on Krishna's mercy, Guru's mercy. The disciple, we should understand that we are running only out of mercy. Like we are able to get up in the morning and chant Hare Krishna. Something is giving us conviction in our hearts, some taste. All that is coming from mercy only. So never to become proud of anything. And if you're not merciful to me, then how will I be able to maintain my life? So seeking mercy like that ducks begging for the food, right? They get the mercy. So if we beg for more, we beg more mercy we will get in the form of taste. Ultimately, it's taste. Once we have taste, then it happens automatically. Everything, chanting of holy name and following of instructions, and that taste comes. Bhagavatam says, "Shushushu Shraddha Dhanasya Vasudev Katha Ruchi San Mahat Seva Vipra Punya Tirtha Nishevna." So that taste comes by the service of devotees. We get taste when devotees are pleased with us; they bless us, and so if there are devotees who need any help, any devotee can bless us actually. So we should try to help all devotees so that from their heart prayers come for us, and then we increase in our taste. I was yesterday telling about this concept of Ravan. Ravan's policy was use and throw, while Lord Ram's policy was care and share. So one devotee was sharing, and it is related to Srila Prabhupada. So I will speak a little pastime here. So we can see the contrast between Ravan's army and Ram's army. Ravan, he had the home ground advantage, right? So Ram and all the monkeys, they went to Lanka to fight. So home ground advantage is for Ravan. Monkeys have come from very far away place, Kishkinda. And Ravan, he had sophisticated weapons. But the monkeys, they had rocks, trees, and mountains. This is what their weapons were. Did not have any sophisticated weapons. Who were more in quantity? Ravan had more soldiers, more in quantity than the monkey soldiers. How long did the monkeys who were fighting for Ram know Ram? Very few days, because these monkeys were from Sugriv's army. So very little they know Ram. But these Rakshasa soldiers, they knew Ravan pretty much their whole life. And their generations had served Ravan. What did Ram give his soldiers as a payment for their service? He gave them no remuneration, no salary, practically nothing. Because Lord Ram was exiled in the forest, he had no wealth. But what was Ravan giving his soldiers? He was giving his soldiers liquor, nice sense enjoyment, comfortable house and wealth and all of that. But still, who won the war? It was Sri Ram who won the war. Why? Because Ram's culture was to care and share. So in Ramayana, we see at the end of the day of the war, Ravan would take the dead Rakshas soldiers that were killed by Lord Ram's army and he would throw them in the ocean. Why was he doing that? So that in the next morning, the monkey armies, they should not see the dead soldiers of Ravan. Because otherwise, um, uh, they would become very confident. Oh, we have killed so many soldiers. They will become confident. So, but then Ravan didn't care for these dead soldiers. His policy was use and throw. But what was Ram doing? At the end of the day, with his own loving hands, he was applying medicines to the injured monkeys. He would pray for the soldiers who had died that day and ask for benediction for them to be revived. He would himself do the last rites of the dead soldiers. So that was what Lord Ram was doing. And Ravan, opposite to that, was throwing his soldiers back into the ocean, use and throw. So, also, where was Ravan during the war? He was in his palace. He was staying comfortably, and he would send other soldiers to fight, like Kumbhakaran and Indrajit and so many other demons. He would send them to fight. But where was Ram living during the fight? He was with the soldiers at the forefront of the war and sleeping and eating with the soldier army, with the monkey army. So this was the difference between Ram and Ravan, right? So what this devotee was saying, that comparing that with Srila Prabhupada, what material wealth did Srila Prabhupada have when he started ISKCON? Practically, Prabhupada started, he had only 40 rupees in his pocket. He didn't have anything. Yet so many glorious young Americans joined him, who Srila Prabhupada would call as dancing white elephants, or his monkey soldiers. Prabhupada would call his disciples. And what did Srila Prabhupada had to give them? Nothing materially Prabhupada gave them. Still, they gave up their family, their education, their youth, their degrees. They gave it up for Prabhupada. And they came to join forces with Srila Prabhupada to serve in the ISKCON mission of preaching and setting up temples worldwide. Because, why? Because they saw that Srila Prabhupada deeply cared for them, that he had no ulterior motive. So this is the quality that attracted everybody towards Srila Prabhupada. And although we were seeing this movie, Last Lesson of Srila Prabhupada, he was very sick in his last days. He was very sick, but still he would take care of the devotees, and he would ask, as Prabhuji was saying, he was asked whether devotees have eaten prasad or not. And one devotee, he sees, Prabhupada sees one devotee that he's limping, and he's very frail and thin, and so this Prabhupada is asking this devotee, oh, what happened to you? And this devotee said, oh, I have a boil on my leg. So Srila Prabhupada, although he himself was practically skin and bones, if you see his last time, he was very close to death, very skin and bones. Still, Prabhupada is suggesting this devotee, oh, you should apply haldi and neem paste and do like this, that, to make sure that this devotee is taken care of. And he asked his secretary that please take care of this devotee. So next day also Srila Prabhupada checked with this devotee, how are you feeling? So this was what amazed, this devotee was amazed how Srila Prabhupada himself is going through a health crisis, but he's worried about the boil on my leg. So this is the quality of Srila Prabhupada. and the quality of Lord Ram that attracted everybody to work for them, unconditionally. It's the culture of share and care. So, like we say, real preaching means to show care. No one cares how much you know until they know how much you care. So, if you want to transform people's lives, you have to touch their hearts by your compassion and care. This is the best way of preaching. That is, Prabhupada is also showing that. And if we love everyone, others will also love us. So, without any, um, yeah, we should love everybody without being envious of them. Then automatically you will receive love. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you. Nice points. Yeah, sometimes we say use and throw, right? When we are young, then our parents do so much for us. And then when we become older, then what we do, we send parents somewhere, we don't care, right? We are more interested in our own life, so we don't take care. Not knowing that, they had helped us. So much they did for us when we were helpless. So this culture should be there, that anybody who has done something for me, who has helped me materially or spiritually, then I should be grateful to them. Not that I forget them, because my priorities have now changed. So, I am now more interested in my own life and my own things. So that is something one has to be very careful and sensitive to. The gratitude should be there for others. It's not about me, but it's about others, right? That's humility, means not to put oneself in the forefront, but to put others like that. So, and especially those who help me, right? So, okay, so that is how we feel indebted to Srila Prabhupada, all the disciples and all those who helped us on this path of bhakti. So we cannot forget. Okay.
And the humans, they get and forget, and Krishna gives and forgives, we say, right? So we forget anything anybody has done for us, but like Krishna always remembers, like we say, he always remembers. And these monkeys, Krishna remembers, they served him in the next yuga, coming as Krishna is giving them butter with their own hand. So Krishna remembers every single service that we have done, so we should also remember.
Okay. So we will have the class now. Is Preeti ready?
Yes.
You want to share anything, or you just want to speak? And
no, I think I'll carry forward this discussion.
But you want to share a PPT or anything, or?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna share that.
Well, I'll stop sharing. You may have the rights to share or not. I have to check. You can.
No, I don't have right. I have to send request.
How do I do that in this? Is it requesting? Okay, I got the request. So allow. Okay, so we are teachings of Queen Kunti.
Not sure. Okay. I don't know. Can you see that?
Yep. Yes, I can see that.
Okay. So I'll discuss these two verses, this one and the other famous verse, Vipat Shantu. One second. Okay. So yeah, I'm just sharing that what I have heard and read. So you all can correct me if I'm wrong, or we can just develop such. This is for my purification. So I can develop such qualities in myself. So I'll recite this verse. Vishan Mahagne Purushad Darshanad Asat Sabhai Vanvas Krichrita Mridhe Mridhe Anek Maharatho Astrato Dronastras Chashmahare Abhirakshata. My dear Krishna, your Lordship has protected us from the poison cake, from a great fire, from cannibals, from vicious assembly, from sufferings during our exile in the forest, and from battle where great generals fought, and now you have saved us from the weapons of Ashwathama. So, I'm going to share these things, which all repetition. But recently I heard one, one I just read one article, and that where it is says that repetition, how the repetition is very important. And in that article, just reminds me, in that article there is a soldier who was from Japanese soldier, I think, and he fought some war. And after the war also he was keep fighting that war for 30 years, because he was believing that he is in the war. And even some people come to rescue him, and he was thinking that he's from the opposite army and he's an enemy. So later on, what happened that some Stanford and Harvard universities, the reputed universities from the world, did some research that why it happening, and they found something that our brain, how our brain is working, and how in our mind is, there's a belief perseverance is there. So if you believe something, and that will come up by the repetition. You tell the mind has a extraordinary ability. Our brain has this ability to keep fighting for that belief. So that soldier was having belief that he was fighting still, even the war was over 30 years back, but still he was holding the gun and he was in the jungle. So I'm just thinking that how this mind is working. We have to tell the mind every single day that to believe something, we read many times, we heard many times that we are not this body, we are this soul. But acting on that, I'm talking about myself, I'm not acting on the platform of the soul. So its repetition is important, where your conviction is solidified. So Kunti Devi is come back to that Mataji and Prabhuji was telling that we should not forget that what the others help me, either in a way, in a material or spiritual way. We should be grateful for that help coming from them. So if we see that how Krishna helped everyone's life, and Kunti Devi is acknowledging everything that so Krishna, you are the only one who gave us protection, and she's listing all those dangers and how the Krishna gives the protection. And not only just Kunti Devi, is everywhere in the Bhagavatam we see that how Krishna protected, sometime in the holy name, sometime he protect the body. And real protection is not the body, is protection of the consciousness. So who can then, Kunti Devi is listing all this, and she's saying that, and she first that says that all these gratitude and in that humility, and now she is saying that these are the she had a lot of problems and troubles in her life, but these are the problems that the biggest problems, and and where everybody was there, even Vishya's assembly was, Asat Sabha was mentioned, and this was where the Draupadi was disrobed. So and all the family was there. They all are very powerful. They have strength to fight. And in Bhima is mentioned that there's a 10,000 elephant, compared to, equal to 10,000 elephant. He had that strength. He was also present there, all the family members, but nobody can help Draupadi. So who can protect other than Krishna? He said that Rakhe Krishna mare Krishna rakhe ke. If Krishna wants to protect, nobody can kill. And if Krishna wants to kill, no one can give the protection. So devotees, the pure devotees, they understand that all forms of material protection are temporary. And the protection coming from Krishna is the ultimate. It is the real protection. And generally, our tendency in this world to depend on several things, especially depend on, we may depend on our family, friends, wealth, our intelligence, technologies, medicines. There are many things that we try to depend on in this world. And that's a general tendency, that we seek some help and we have some faith. Okay, if I am having any sickness, then I get relief from the medicine. That we develop a faith that but ultimately it's not saved by the Lord, because the same Prahlad Maharaj is saying that Balasya neha sharanam pitro narsimha natasya chagadam udanvanti majjato na taptasya tad prabhipiti. I forgot that verse, but this verse is
Ihan just
yeah, tavad vibhutanu vritam upekshitana. Yeah. So he's saying that, Prahlad Maharaj is saying that whatever the material remedies we accept are temporary, they are temporary, temporary beneficial things, but they are not permanent. And he gave the example that even a father and mother cannot protect their child. A physician or medicine cannot relieve a suffering patient. One on the ocean cannot protect a drowning man. So it says that one cannot protect if the same medicine give the patient, but it may die, and other patient may live, may be cured by that medicine. So, and in case of example of, we see that Hiranyakashipu and all the demons, like Ravana was, and versus Prahlad. Hiranyakashipu had everything. It says that it is mentioned in one of the verses that when he raised the eyebrows, I think demigods and other planetary system, they started getting shaken, that they all in fear. And he had wealth, he had power, he's very powerful. And Prahlad, on the other hand, he had practically nothing. His 5-year-old old boy, and his own father is torturing him, who has to give protection to his own child, but in all possible ways he was just torturing him. But every single time he was protected, because he was dependent on the ultimate protector, and that is Krishna. So we see that, Ajamil was protected by the Lord, Gajendra, Draupadi, and many examples. There are so many examples that we say that, Ajamil was protected by the Lord. He was unknowingly, he was not even calling the Lord Narayan, but he got a second chance. He got a second chance to purify himself and going back to Godhead. Gajendra, who was fighting for a long time with crocodile, and then he said even in that case, in Gajendra pastime, that his family and friends helped him to come out from that lake, but no one could save him, and ultimately they all left. They leave Gajendra alone there. And the demigods, even is mentioned that they were seeing Gajendra and crocodile fighting, and they have this capacity to help, but they don't have desire to help them. So everything, we have desires and we have capacity to help them. Who can understand our needs and who can give the ultimate protection is the only Lord. And when Gajendra, he prayed sincerely that no, he realized that no one could save him. So he prayed, and Lord immediately came and rescued him. So it is also said that one who come to the point of surrender, that no, I don't have um, any, I don't have any expectation from anybody else in this world that can help me. And that point of the surrender comes that only Lord can help me. So then Krishna comes. Even in the case of Draupadi, which is, I was just trying to mention the list of dangers what Kunti Devi is mentioning, that when Draupadi was disrobed there, she was first calling to everyone, her husbands and grandfather Bhishma was there, and all the guru was there. And even at last, if nobody would help, then she had this, that she was pulling her sari and holding with his teeth. Even she had that that she can get help from his own teeth also. But ultimately, when she raised a hand and she called, Lord Govinda, now you will help me. And then immediately Krishna comes in the form of sari and he helped. So sometimes, we see that, if we come on the, no one can protect. And when we come on the point of surrender, then Krishna comes. Complete surrender is required. And I think Krishna says, some devotee is saying that Krishna waited until the complete surrender. This reminds me one story that where like Bibhishan, he was the brother of Ravan, right? He was and he advises Ravan to return Sita Devi, but Ravana rejected him, and he throws him. The Ravan was in his pride and ego. He rejected Bibhishan, and Bibhishan then left everything, family, kingdom, all these things, and he came to surrender to Lord Ramchandra. And and even when he come to the Ramachandra's army, and the associates of Lord Ramachandra doubted him. They thought that, oh, he was a brother of Ravana, he was coming from our enemy's army, he may be a spy, or but Lord's Ram declaration was there. He says that, I don't remember the word, but the word is, he's saying that Shakrat eva prapanya, right? If someone surrenders to me even once, and saying that from now I'm yours, Lord, and I'm giving them, I accept them and I'm giving fearlessness. That is my vow. So this is Lord Ramachandra's vow. That if you, even he says that even Ravan comes and he said that I'm surrendering to you, and then I will forgive him. I will forgive all his offenses and I will give him shelter. So this is Lord's vow, that he's very eager, he's very anxious to accept us, but it is our desire we rejecting that surrender. And in Bhagavad Gita, the Krishna says that, right? Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshasami ma sucha. So he says that you take only shelter. If you take shelter from this world, he might wait to that point that you come to take shelter of me only. And then Krishna gives all the protection what is needed for the soul. And also that, the devotees have this, um, you know they are like, they are not depending on anything. They know that the Krishna is the ultimate protector, and this is one of the limbs of surrender also. But it starts with अनुकूलस्य संकल्प प्रतिकूलस्य वर्जनम रक्षिष्यति इति विश्वासो गोपतृत्व वर्णम तथा आत्मनिक्षेप कार्पण्य sadvidha sharanagati. So there's 6 divisions of surrender, and one of them is there's a conviction that Krishna will give. the protection. Avashya Rakshibe Krishna. So Krishna will going to give me the protection. And also, so Kunti Devi is next one that I don't know. Oh, yeah. So these are the list of dangers, and he says that even the poison cake, like Bhima here. So Bhima was poisoned when he was, child, because Duryodhan was always, envious to Bhima, and he is a competitive spirit with Bhima. And he poisoned that. He was thinking that he's one of my biggest obstacle, and he poisoned this Bhima and throw him in the lake. And so we see that I said that when we think like that, Rakhe Krishna mare Krishna rakhe ke. So he said that Krishna wants to protect him, and he placed the how he arranges things. He was put into the lake, and Duryodhana was thinking that, oh, he died. If he not died with the poison, I throw him in the lake, and he will surely die. So, but he goes to the loke of sarpaloka, where the serpents were there. We say that poison kills poison. So when the snakes were biting the Bhima's body, and he already fed poison, inhale poison. So and then this poison counteract each other, and then he become conscious. And when he become conscious, then he realized that the Vasuki was the king of the king serpents. And then he realized that, oh, he's coming in some kind of relationship, he had. And then he offered like eight or something like that, pots of nectar. And by that nectar was, giving him more strength. And he says that nectar had like a 10,000 elephant strength, and he become more powerful than previously Bhima had. So he says that Krishna arranges in such a way, in such a situation, that when something, and so we see that if something obstacles comes in our life, it may be something is teaches us. It makes you more intelligent. When we made some mistakes, we don't try to make any, because we become, we learn the lessons. We become more intelligent than previous, and we have that strength that, okay, any situation comes in front of me, it's teaching me something. So here also he was becoming more powerful. And when the Draupadi was disrobed and Krishna were helped, when the Pandavas was sent into the exile for 12 years. 12 years. So he was protected at every step. We see that when Akshay Patra's story was there, and even at the last, when the war was won and they come back, Yudhishthira Maharaj will become the king, and but still Ashwathama wanted to kill the Parikshit Maharaj, who is the last descendant of this dynasty from the Hastinapur. But still and then also Krishna enters into the womb of Uttara and protected Parikshit Maharaj. So it says that, she was saying everything. All other, cannibals, these pastimes is there. Lake house is also there. So I found this one, and it says that the poison cake that represents that, it was poison. So it was unseen and hidden dangers. So in our life also, there are many unseen and hidden dangers. We don't know. Sometimes, always dangers, and we see that, unseen, we don't know about anything. We said, padam padam yad vipadam na tesam. So every step is like a danger. When we go out, we don't know what happened. Many road accidents happen. Something, we come on the office job, and nowadays, we see that many times, we fired. They got an email and you got fired from the job. So it says that many hidden dangers are there, and that impacts our life. Um, Lake house fire is also, we say that sometimes it looks very safe. We say that, but actually it's like a trap. And especially, we see that many times devotees are talking about that Maya, it looks like a bed of roses, and when we go there and but beneath the rose is like a I say that is a hole, or it's like a uh, well, dark well, maybe. Yeah. So these things are there in assembly. It is like, many people are there, but still there is a humiliation, there is injustice, social, there's so many, in society we see that these things, injustice, the social cruelty. Um, a forest exile, it was uncertain situation. Even in Pandavas was there, they were they were sent to the exile. They don't know about that, and after that dice came, they are just um, they they played, and they cheated, and they uncertain situations are there. um it is that overwhelming. I cannot say more things on that because I don't know. But yeah, Ashwatthama weapons is saying that we cannot see or predict. It's the same like this one. Something came up in our life many times, many dangers. Um, so yeah, I mean, this is all I discussed, but yeah, then why? I was also thinking that these are the things, why Kunti Devi is all, recalling all in her prayers and listing all these. So she's not, she's expressing her realizations, that every crisis, what rescued us, because she had seen all these things, whatever the dangers that we have. She has mentioned that she had seen all these things, and she now realized that, and she's offering all these incidents to Krishna in prayer, because she's acknowledging, she had this realization that I survived because you were with me, and without you, uh, it's not possible to become, get out of that. So Yahweh says that if somebody helped you, there's a, degrees of our gratitude also. If somebody helped, then we help back, we reciprocate. And Krishna also says that ye thamam prapadetam ste bhajami, that as you surrender, I will reciprocate. But and if somebody is really helped you, like saved your life, so you become so grateful that you also want to dedicate your life. And if that help is coming from, is like an unconditional love, that I don't want from you, but I feel happiness in serving you. I feel happiness in taking care of you. So this like kind of it is unconditional. Then if somebody knows that, oh, this person have no any ulterior motive, and no just helping me unconditionally, so automatically become so grateful. And that's why Krishna, who can help Krishna? Krishna is giving all the help, and Krishna also says that he give the protection. It is one of the reason that why Krishna descended in this world also. Paritraya sadhunam vinashaya cha deskritam. So Krishna comes to protect their devotees, and now so here is Krishna protecting, and she is saying that, oh, she's becoming so grateful. I also, in teachings of Kunti Devi, in teachings of Queen Kunti, Prabhupada has mentioned that also one of the reason why she is recalling, and because she is also remembering Krishna, that one after another, it is a smaranam, right? Thinking of Krishna, and that is the highest thing that Prabhupada is saying that you are so kind that you saved us from many dangers. There was no hope, and out of 9 devotional service, Smaranam is one of them. There's yeah, so she is and that's that, one of the way that one the devotees can develop Smaranam, that in our life also many situations comes up, and we think like that, at least I can remember some of them, that I was in such situation, maybe in physical health or mental health or job situation or a relationship situations, many situations that we were thinking that, oh, I am just like, I can't do anything. And then we come up from that, overcome with that situation. It is a very nice kind of way of thinking, or smaranam, or meditating on those past actions where we were stuck, and we can think that how Krishna saved us. 3 or 4 times, I mean, that's my personal experience, that 3 or 4 times I was in situation that I was driving and I don't know how to say, it was a bad accident. But every time I saved. Um, I don't know how, but it was saved. So I can remember that, those incidents where I was saved, and I can meditate that, this is all coming from Krishna. And some health challenges there, where you are thinking that nobody is here to, help you, or even give you a mental strength also. But somewhere Krishna sent someone to help you, or to be to stand with you. So yeah, there's many challenges in our life also. We can remember, we can smaranam, we can meditate on those challenges. Other thing that one may ask this question, that why devotees face challenges again and again? They are devotees, they are pure devotees, they are meditating on Krishna, they are following the instructions of Krishna. So yeah, it could be many reasons. Maybe because Pandavas were so dear, and why the Pandavas were tasted so much, if Krishna loved them. Because it increased their dependence on Krishna more. We say that, if life is so smooth, we forget God. It's easy to forget God. But if there are challenges in our life, we remember Krishna. We try to, we seek help from the God. So, so our dependence, then we understand that I cannot do it. I'm very insignificant. I'm dependent on Krishna. If you think that at every step we are dependent on Krishna, how we breathe, how can we digest our food, our body is working, we wake up early in the morning, nothing is in our control, absolutely nothing. So we are dependent on Krishna at every step, at every actions of our life. How can we do our job if we don't have any intelligence, or if we don't have any learning power? We can't. So when some challenges is there, they dependent on Krishna more and more. Also, Krishna glorify their devotees also, and it glorify the Krishna's protection also. When we you say that great is the danger, greater the glory, or how the Lord's rescue, how the Lord's come to rescue one devotee. We see that Prahlad Maharaj, he was not even asking for his own protection, but he was saved, and Lord Narasimha appeared for one devotee to give him protection. And many places Krishna appears to Advaita Acharya. He was praying and he was offering tulsi dal, or palm of Ganga water. So Krishna appears, Mahaprabhu appears, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he, the and whatever, like we are discussing that how Draupadi was saved, how Gajendra was saved, because that was the greatest danger, and the Krishna comes and rescues. So yeah, to glorify. And the third thing, that to show the world that my devotees never lose faith in me. The Pandavas and other devotees, Kunti Devi, all the pure devotees of Krishna, they have, extreme, staunch faith that whatever happens to this body, it's all Krishna's will. whatever comes in, and also the devotees never think like that, that they think like that this is my karma. And devotees always welcomes the danger, because it's increases the faith, it increases the remembrance of the Lord. And in all the difficulties, they simply offer the prayers and they do their services even more enthusiastically. And because without any doubt on Krishna, and they think that it's all coming because of my karma. And in that humility, they do prayers and they do their services. And to see, by seeing that, we see that the devotees having many health challenges, but of course their consciousness is not like that they are suffering. They are not suffering at all, because they are is always in the presence of Krishna's protection. And of course the body, because they have a broader mindset, broader intelligence, they don't think about this body, because body eventually one has to die. Everybody has to die. So body has to perish. But the soul protection is more important than the body protection. Sometimes Krishna also protect the body, because this is a tool we use, and we go. It doesn't mean that one should not take care of their body, because it is an instrument to get Krishna. So one should give that protection to the body. But sometimes, like Jatayu, who was not protected by their body, but Lord Ramachandra came and he got that. He did his own, Jatayu's rights by his own. Even his own father didn't get that chance. So yeah, these I can see. What is that is mature bhakti, because we cannot say that. So the devotee doesn't say that, if I am protected means there is no difficulties. The devotee is basically is not measuring the God's protection or presence by the absence of difficulties, but they measure the God's protection by the way Krishna carries them through that difficulties. In that, it's a pastime that remembers me, that even in Vrindavan we see that there are many pastimes where, like Aghasur, where Krishna let the cowherd boys enter into the Aghasur mouth, and in the fire also they all entered, but he did not. What he did, he did not let them drown into it. He always protect and take out from their situation. So this is a pastime that where the gopis, when Krishna becomes a boatman, and the gopis, including Radharani, were, and this, I think this pastime happened on Manasi Ganga, Mansi Ghat, I think. So this is so all the gopis on the boat, and Krishna was sailing the boat, and he was like, what it is. He said that they were also wanted to cross that Yamuna river, or his Yamuna river, and wanted to cross. Then Krishna comes, and as a boatman, he said that, okay, you all sit in my, I'm in brief, I'm telling you that everybody seated in that one. And then Krishna stopped sailing, and he says that, no, I'm hungry now, and I don't want to sail, until you give me all the buttermilk and everything, that whatever you have. So all the gopis offered Krishna to okay, let you feed everything, because if you don't sail, we will drown in the middle of this river, Yamuna. So I think this happens, I don't know, Yamuna, correct me if I'm wrong, but it happened in Manasi Ganga. Uh, so so what happened then? Then Krishna says, after some time, he again stopped, and he said that, oh, now I'm feeling tired. Now you all give me massage. So so the gopis were massaging his hands and legs, and so so every time the gopis get refused, that in angry mood they become that every time you give me some excuses that no, I can't this. And then third time he again stopped and he says that now this board becomes heavy, now we have to throw everything, whatever you have, even including the jewelries on their bodies. And so all the gopis were throwing on there is actually in the middle, when they come in the middle of that lake, or then it's like a big storm comes, and in that storm, and then Krishna says that, oh, this boat is become heavy and it's going to sink it down, so you make it lighter, so you have to throw it everything, so throw it. So the pots they throw it, the jewelries they wear throw it. So basically that when we come to Krishna, we have to throw everything, all the what we carry in our heart, lust, anger, greed, any other dependence in this world. So that is a complete surrender, that when we completely only Krishna, nothing else, then there is Krishna, from through that storm. So let that storm he himself started that storm, because he's a supreme Lord, and he did that, but he protected, he rescued from all this. So two things, that is one, there is a complete surrender to the Lord. When we completely surrender to the Lord, Krishna is always and always rescue. Krishna says that I always, this is his vow that we read, that Lord Ramachandra had vow. Krishna had this vow that his devotees never perish. He always protect his devotees. And to protect his devotees, he himself, broke his own vows. So many places we see that Krishna broke his own vow to protect his own devotees. So so that is a mature bhakti, that we cannot see that, okay, I don't have any difficulties because this is a mercy of Krishna. This is not mercy. I mean, it could be one of the mercy. I'm not saying it. But devotees' vision is different. They are not seeing the absence of difficulty is Krishna's presence. Instead, that Krishna, how they protect their consciousness, how they carry through their difficulties and take out from their difficulties. So as Kunti Devi is mentioning here, and this verse has saying, so after that verse, after that, listing all these dangers and showing her gratitude to Krishna, that you protected every time, except you, nobody can help. And she's saying that Vipadasantu ta shashvat tatra tatra jagat guru bhavato darshanam yat syad apnar bhav darshanam. I wish that all those calamities would happen again and again, so that we could see you again and again. For seeing you means that we will no longer see repeated birth and deaths. So similarly, as Kunti Devi is listing, similarly gopis are also listing. In Gopi Git, they were praying, Vishajalapayan, Vyalirakshasad, Varshamarutad, Vedutanalad, Vishmayatmajad, Rishvato Bhayan, Rishavati Vayam Rakshitamuhu. So the gopis were saying that, so Lord, you have repeatedly saved us from all kinds of danger. The gopis were telling, from the poison water, from the terrible man-eater Agha, from the great rains, thunderbolt of Indra, bull demon, from the son of Mayadana. So we see the similarities, that the Gopi Geet was, they were singing this when Krishna left, right? When Krishna left from the rasa dance arena, and they were searching, and they were just singing that, oh, you are always repeatedly saving us, you give the protection, and they were also listing all this, and they were praying like this. So what happened that And Kunti Devi is also saying the same, that she listed every dangers that you protected out from all this. And now what you are doing, everything is calm now, and become a, everything, they won the war, and Yudhishthir become a king of the Hastinapur. And then what you are doing, you are leaving us. So and the gopis are also, so what, I heard from the Amrendra Prabhu, and he was saying that if you don't have any expectation from someone that can help you or protect you, so you know that nature of that person. So if you're saying, or if you're asking any help from that person, but you know that this person may help you or may not help you, because you don't have expectation from that person, so you don't feel bad. You don't feel bad. Okay, if he help, then okay. If don't, then that is also okay. But the one who always protected you, and you have a more faith and more dependence that you are the one who will always protect it. The gopis are also saying the same, that you are the one who protected from every dangers. And mm, and now you are leaving us in the middle of the night, in this forest, in the dark forest. And the same thing that Kunti Devi is saying, that you are the Lord who protected from every dangers, and now every dangers over, then you are leaving us, then you are leaving me. So it's better to have the calamities, to have these miseries in my life, that I can pray you, I can remember you all the time. So it says that this is a very highest thing, that we that is a difference, that we see that uh, we don't want calamities in our life. And the pure devotees are, they welcoming these calamities and miseries, and asking that this comes in my life, so I can see you again and again. And so you don't leave me, if everything over. And so what is the use of having that happiness if you will not be with me? So it's better to have these calamities and miseries again and again, so you can be with me, you can walk with me, you can protect me. So in this world, we say that we cannot uh, we although we don't want the calamities in our life, but one cannot one cannot say that we don't have one cannot refrain oneself from these calamities, because this is a world. Mamupatye punarjanma dukkhalaya shashvatam napnuvanti mahatmana samsiddhim paramam gati gata. So this is a world which is full of miseries. One cannot and one cannot refrain from that. This is a pool of misery. So Srila Prabhupada always give the example that in the ocean, if you have a ship or boat, we cannot avoid tribulations in the ship. It will always be there. So that is the nature of the world. We always fearful that it may sink. We make any adjustment, or if you make any strong ship. In history, we have example of Titanic, that is considered as a very strong ship, and having all these good technology and all this, but one cannot refrain. It may sink because this we are in the samsara, mrityu samsara sagarat. We are in the world of miseries, and this ocean, one may drown at any time. So yeah, I think it's 9 o'clock. So yeah, I mean, basically it says that if you one takes shelter of Krishna, one dependent on Krishna, then only one can cross this ocean. What was that? Samashritaya padapalavam mahatpadam punyesho murare bhavam buddhirvats padam param padam yad biptam natesham. So one who accepted this boat of lotus feet of the Lord, then one can able to cross this material ocean of this material world, like a water content in a calf's hoof print. Otherwise it's not possible. And by seeing the Lord, it means that no one can return back in this world, in this material world, just simply. So it's better to have the calamities if you can see the Lord, always be with the Lord, always. Yeah, yes, Prabhuji. Anything you want to add, or anybody want to correct me or add something, please do.
Thank you. It's very nice talk. And somebody like to share anything that they heard which really touched their heart, or any reflections on the class?
Yeah, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm driving, and yes, very nice. I could not see the PowerPoint because I'm driving, but hearing, and then I'll definitely look at the recording. So wonderful reminder, Mataji, on remembering Krishna and how ways to remember Krishna and the times to remember Krishna. Not just when there is calamities, but also during happiness and all times. One of the before the presentation, Mataji was you were also talking about Srila Prabhupada and uh, uh, the I don't know the context, but talking about what I could understand from that is that not how to just be a really good devotee or a disciple, but also how to be in leadership. um, there's a lot of leadership qualities also that I saw learn from Srila Prabhupada and the devotees also on being focused and being consistent and being humble. And one of the words I heard was submissive, and it's very difficult to be submissive outside in today's in today's world, in career wise and all that. It's very difficult. Submissiveness is not seen as a good, or humbleness is not seen as a good a trait. uh, you know, the person who barks the loudest gets the bone, or the dog that barks the loudest gets the bone. That's how it goes. But yeah, keeping that balance on when to be what is, I find, the biggest struggle sometimes.
Thank you.
Yeah. So these classes really help.
Yeah, they say you should be lion at chase and lamb at home. So lion at
Yeah.
chase and lamb at home. So it means you cannot allow yourself to be exploited in the world, because if you are too humble, then people will exploit you in the material world. But in the association of devotees, one can be very humble. But outside, when there is cutthroat competition and people are, wanting to make you the scapegoat and things like that, if you're too humble, then it may not work. But humility is appreciated everywhere, even in the even in the corporate world also. But yeah, so you have to. Krishna will give the intelligence from the heart when we have to do what we have to do. If we are chanting Hare Krishna, and if you are devoted to Krishna, Krishna says, I will give you the intelligence. So that also was something that we can think. Anybody like to say how you all manage to be humble? How does Janish manage to be humble?
Yeah, means I'm not there yet, but just listening to Mataji's talk, very inspiring in terms of, Kunti Mataji is, Kunti Mataji is mentioning all the incidents. It's not just not, to a mundane person might be, it seems that see how much difficulty have gone through and pity on all that, but it's in terms of every situation she is, having expressing her gratitude. And just listening to this, I was thinking that we should live a life full of gratitude, for every moment, even like Mataji mentioned, how we are breathing, food is being digested, we don't acknowledge all this, but someone who doesn't have this is like a gem to them, like gold or whatever the expensive thing is. So yeah, even the people who have caused us harm or difficulty, they those were the stepping stones to where we are right now. So I think having gratitude at every moment, at every breath, will bring us closer to Krishna and also make us humble too. So, and Krishna likes humility. And it's not that Krishna wants all this praises or anything, but it's one of the traits. If someone praises you, you pay more attention to them. Even in this material life, people acknowledge you. You feel indebted to them. So all those things that were coming in my mind while just listening to all this sharing. Hare Krishna.
So if we want Janish to listen to us, we have to praise Janish. Then Janish will listen to us, what we have to say. This what we can say, this kind of thing we use for book distribution. You tell something good about that person, and that person opens up. I mean, he's ready to hear what you have to say. So because you said nice thing about that person. So anyway, yeah, there was.
Yeah. Yeah. And one more thing I wanted to also, like sharing with our children, we understand. I think most of us who are born and brought up in India probably understand the culture of, accepting when troubled times come and God is there for us. But for children that are born here, I don't know. I would like to understand, how unless you teach them from the childhood, um, but telling them that there are things that are within your control, there are things outside your control. You have to just focus on the things that are within your control, and leave the rest to God, Krishna. Um, it's difficult for children to grasp that.
Try your best and leave the rest to Krishna. That's, you are saying, it's difficult to grasp.
Yeah. So I don't know. It is difficult to grasp for children in this generation, unless you have tried everything and you have failed. Then you say that, okay, nothing is working, so now the only way is to just have faith that there is a purpose behind all of this. But yeah, that is something that I'm struggling through right now.
Yeah, life does not move exactly as we want, right? So even for Kunti Devi, who's great devotee, things didn't happen the way this we heard, right? Material world is set up like that. And even so, sometimes Krishna gives us tests, as Bhim became more powerful actually. But so these tests are there for us to become more advanced in bhakti. So Krishna, that so when we go to Krishna, so that when we have all this baggage, as Priti was saying, how the gopis offloaded everything in their boat. So we have to, when we go to Krishna, we have to throw everything. We have all the garbage. So Krishna is helping us do that by giving us tests, so that we throw away all our the garbage that we have in our heart, all the anarthas. So Krishna only, he started the storm and he only rescued. So Krishna only gives us like that. We tell about Gundas, how the hero, uh, to woo the heroine, he will hire some Gundas and he will send the Gundas to harass the heroine, and then the hero will come, and because they are hired Gundas, they will act as if they are defeated by the hero, and the heroine will say, "Oh, you saved me." So Krishna only sends difficulties in our lives, and then he only rescues us. And so we feel, okay, Krishna rescued me from this difficulty. So we feel closer to him. Of course, not Krishna, then we may say, well, Krishna wants us, Krishna starts all difficulties in my life. No, it's not always Krishna starts difficulties. Then we would think like, God is creating all difficulties in my life. It may be, for those who are like advanced devotees. He gives them reversals in their life. But we also should think that we have created our own situation, as was mentioned, by our own karma. We have created our own situation and our own consciousness. So we are responsible for our own consciousness. So yeah, so the Krishna also does all this so that we can come closer to him. So Duryodhana's Duryodhana's thing backfired, right? I mean, he wanted to kill Bhim, but actually he became more powerful by getting the nectar. So
Yeah.
so many things, many perspectives, and whatever. Yeah.
Yeah,
Anything
I
else?
was
Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, no. One last thing, sorry. I was listening to a video about eagles. I don't know how many of you have seen that video, and I heard for the first time that after the age of eagles can live up to 70 years old, and after the age of 40 they start the beak starts getting weak, and their claws start getting weak, and they have a choice of either just giving up and dying, or uh, re reframing their life, and they go and go through really hard tapa. Actually, we can call it tapa, by hitting, breaking their beak, so the new beak will grow, and then removing their claws and plucking their feathers, so that new will grow, and then are they can live for another 30 years, which I found was really I mean, I couldn't imagine anything like that. That a bird going through all that by themselves.
So they are they have to sharpen their beak, like we sharpen a
Yeah,
knife.
they have to grow a new beak or something. They have to break away the beak, so that just like we cut our nails, and new nails form, just like that.
The beak also
They
grows
have to
back.
do that.
Beak
Yeah,
grows back.
beak grows back. The claws grow back, and because
Yeah,
otherwise they cannot hold any fish or anything. They cannot eat anything.
Yeah.
yeah, I saw that video. So they can, at the age of 40, they break their own wings and claws, and so the other one grows up after that. And even when they beat up their own claws and wings, they have to, like, wait for that, and then where it
Yeah,
grows up in some time, yeah, so they can't even fly, because eagles flies high in the sky. So after the age of 40, they can't fly. I mean, it's a similar case that we have. Prabhupada gives the example of caterpillar becoming a fly. So it's like ugly caterpillar is how he goes through with the process, and become a beautiful butterfly. So yeah, we have to go through some austerity in our life to get something. And I say that if the gold is more shining in the, when you put it in the fire, how long you put in the fire, the gold becomes more shiny and more valuable. So many examples says
yeah,
that.
yes. And I think it's difficult, like as an eagle at the age of 40 to reinvent themselves. For humans also, it's very difficult to reinvent yourself after a certain age. But yeah, if you have to keep going, you have to reinvent yourself. So that was a good lesson. And how God gives them the knowledge to be able to do that. There is no school for that. There is no, nobody's there to teach you that. But it is part of their DNA.
Intuition, right? They have the intuition
Intuition.
which is coming from super soul. Like
Krishna.
they
Yeah,
fly also, right? They
exactly.
fly in a certain place in a certain way for miles and
Yeah,
miles, like together. How do they know in this season they have to come here like that? How is they guided? So very mystical things,
Yeah,
yeah. Mystical things.
yeah, yes. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Okay, it's 9:15. Anything else anybody like to share on the class quickly? Okay, then we'll stop here. Thank you very much for your.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.